This is a supplement to the couple of YouTube videos showing how to fit a reversing or rear view camera onto, well, particularly onto a Duster, a Dacia Duster. This is a 2016 car that I'm working with. So the videos show how to undo this. You do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts. What I would like the supplement would say, you need deep sockets. You can just about do it with a standard, the sockets you get in a standard screwdriver small socket set. But these bolts project quite a long way and you will have to jiggle a bit, which will be something to sort out. 5 of those, you will find them. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. I only found 2 of these. What you do is you squeeze it together and push them before you try pulling it off. But it came off without damaging any of those, which is more than I can say for the interior trim that you initially take out with an M20 or T20 Torx. I'll correct that, but it shows somebody using what looks like a screwdriver, but in fact it's the T20 Torx bit that is needed for the interior bit. You're not seeing that. So what I'm fitting, because my car, and this is for a car which does not have the media center, no media center. This is relatively cheap. Look at the size of that screen. We'll show it a bit later. But you get front and rear view camera, all you need for about £40, £30, depending on where you buy it from. Amazon comes the next day if you've got the right bit of Amazon. Now, so fitting it on, fairly straightforward. That's the rear view camera. 2.5mm holes for screws. 6mm hole, not in every drill kit, will get that part of the plug through. This is a doo-doo bell. It's a doo-doo bell one. And what I've done is I've just elongated, I was going to drill the hole there, but it's a pilot hole. I've elongated the hole up with the 2.5mm drill bit, so that when the camera goes on, it can slide back a little bit further and push the cable up into there after the plug has gone through. So it's a bit like a keyhole. 6mm hole with a 2.5mm notch up there to take the cable once I'm pushing the camera back. The reason for that is the further back the camera is, the greater your range of angles you can set it at. Okay, the rest just follow what he's saying. I'm going to have a go at feeding the wires through and I'll let you know if there's any problems there. 2 different ways they sort the wires out, but I'm going to do the one because there is a hole through the metalwork about there for something. I don't know what would normally fit there. That might actually have been a place for fitting a rear view camera for all I know. But anyway, there's a hole in the metalwork which would allow the things to go through. But I'm going to take it out through the light cluster socket by doing the hacking underneath this tape, which is shown on one of the videos. The foam, hacking under the foam to get the wire through. So 2.5 wasn't big enough. That plastic is quite hard. For the size of screws with this particular kit, you just have to play with your own. It needed 3.2mm drill, which I think is 1/8 of an inch in old money. But the double-sided sticky pad that you get with it holds it quite firmly. So you've got double security, cleaned off, double-sided sticky pad holding it firmly, and then your 3.2mm holes to hold the thing, and the wire comes through nicely into the inside. Once in place and at the angle that I want, I've tightened up these screws either side, which are the things that enable it to pivot to different angles. Tighten them up so that you can't see in this light very well, so that it doesn't rattle loose or anything like that. Okay, so the camera is attached to the number plate light. Its wire comes out up through there, that option, and I've brought it through to here. Now, according to all the instructables, you then need to feed the wire down there, around there, and then through that rubber boot thing, and then out there, and then back down and round there. I'm chickening out. I'm going to use that. You'll have to decide for yourself what you think when you see the video. So what I'm going to do is run the wire down there, have a loop to there, and then run it down inside. And you'll have to tell me if you think that is suitable for you or not. You may not want it on your vehicle, but we'll see what it looks like on mine, because I've no snake or suitable length of flexible plastic tape or whatever you use to feed wire down there. The wire's not stiff enough to go on its own. Plastic binding wire might do it, but I haven't got any of that either. Well, I've just connected it into the mirror assembly at the front to check that it's working. It's just trailing along. It claims to have 6 meters of wire. I don't think that if I try and run that wire down, round, and then up and round the front to get it to there, it will reach. So I'm going to have to consider putting it just underneath the headlining. Right, so this plastic snake type material I've been able to feed through from inside the rubber seal at the back to that pillar behind the passenger seats, and then I've pulled the rubber door seal off there to free up the headlining. I have removed one headlining plug just to give me, because it headlining goes up there, just to get that to feed through. You might get it through without removing the plug, but I've fed that's through there. I think I can just tuck the wires in now behind those bits on the door. You can see the door tapes off, the door seal, and I've taken this handle off inside, so now that's got enough movement in it that I think I can get the wire up behind there, all the way down and round to the front. But what I don't know is which way to feed the wire. I think I'm going to leave the jack plug end there and feed it back with the other end, to feed it back from the camera at the front. Well, that's enough of the fitting video, and what I've done is I've done a second video, which is something I'm going to call review, or Doodoo Bell mirror dash cam review, where I talk a little bit about it. But in that video, if you want to see where I earthed the wiring, the hard wiring kit, then I've got a little bit of that video where I talk about putting the hard wire kit down to do some grounding of it. And getting the hard wire kit means that I've been able to do away with this, which is the thing that goes in the cigarette lighter pocket. So it's just some snapshots, because there are some other videos. There's DIY guy, I think he's an Indian guy, but it's all in English, who talks about installing it specifically in a Dacia. But the assumption of some people is that you've got a Dacia with the media center, which has already got the screen. So you can buy a Renault clone or Renault actual rear view camera or front view camera, and you can plug them into the media thing. Buying the mirror one is for people that don't have that facility and you just want to completely self-contained, but it will fit on any vehicle then, of course, subject to certain things. So although this has just been some of my thoughts about fitting it, if you found that a bit interesting, then obviously you can like the video. If there was something that I've not covered, if you ask me reasonably quickly before I forget what I've done, I might be able to give you an answer as to some of the things that problems I met and how I overcame them. Anyway, it's in. You'll see on the review, the other video, the sister video to this one, how it works. It's all fully functioning. It's all working nicely. Very pleased with the product, and it's gone in. You need, let's say, half a day. You need to set aside half a day. You need your Torx bits. You need a big plastic tool, not the little one that comes in the kit, to prise up trim. Be prepared for trim plugs breaking. You've no idea on your vehicle what sort of trim plugs you got, but on Dacia does that. I show a picture of them in one of the videos because you might need one of those. I've managed not to replace them. And that tubing that you need to feed it through. Okay, there we go. Have a look at the other one, which I say is called review, or else it might be you've already looked at that one and you came over here to see some of my thoughts about fitting it. And please, I do like to engage with people. So if you do ask a question or something about it, then if I can, I'll be very happy to answer it. And if I can do a link to some of the other people who've done very specific installation videos, this is a different thing. This is a user. I'm not a commercial person putting these in, fitting them all the time. You have been watching me do what you would do, I'm sure, which is find your way about the car and find a way of getting something to work, overcoming those problems that you meet along the way. I hope that was interesting and useful.